getting worse, and we waited patiently for the pipe to bust. But then people didn't study us. The government started mashing up, while the big boys in town were playing and dancing top. Backs, backs, backs. Church first idiots. Glennis, Joe and Wood, they weren't in the yellow mood. They were sent home packing, but Nas and others were smiling. Now they're asking for another blind.
No, the one grenadiers cry.
Let's give them one more blind.
Your man, the one grenadiers die.
They say Peter was the traitor, but by then we couldn't bother. We just wanted back Jonah. Man start getting desperate for the next election date. We couldn't wait. We had to decide our fate before it got too late. Then Uncle Tilly called the date. But now they're asking for another blind.
No, the one grenadiers cry.
Let's give them one more blind.
Your man, the one grenadiers die.
It was the hour of rescue, so plenty of us waited patiently in the queue. We took bus, plane and boat just to go and vote. Saving Grenada was our sole agenda. So 15-0 would not have said it better. But they're asking for another blind.
No, the one grenadiers cry.
Are we giving them another blind?
Your man, the one grenadiers die.
Just one more blind.
No, the one grenadiers cry.
Just one more blind.
Your man, the one grenadiers die.
Just one more blind.
Your man.
Cause if they don't get this blind, Yellow Party will die.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grenadian rebirth is truly on its way. The delivery that we promised.
Yes, and a good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. 17 minutes after the job, 10 o'clock, starting a little late today.
Yeah. Late than never.
Yeah, so just kind of excuse us and think now. We kind of sorry and that kind of thing. But it's been a hard weekend.
Oh, tough.
Yeah, it's been a hard weekend, believe me.
Beautiful weekend.
Yeah, it's wonderful weekend, but a hard weekend. Yeah. Yes, so a special good morning to each and every one of you. Those of you listening via the various radio stations. Those of you on, CRFM 89.5.
And 97.5 City Sounds.
92.9 Sister Isles. Hey, DJ Jack. Morning, bro.
Yeah, morning, Jack. And,
Jack.
And the beautiful lady. I forgot her name, though. But
yeah, glad you forget her name.
Good morning, my dear.
Good morning, Lisa Marie.
Oh, good morning, Lisa.
Yeah.
And, hey, in Brooklyn, New York, We Vibes Radio 94.9. Good morning, Wade.
Hey, I get a kiss, boy. Mwah, send it back for you. Huh? Morning, Rihanna.
You sure that woman that sent that kiss for you?
Yes, I'm absolutely positive.
Oh,
I know.
I'm just checking.
I know exactly who sent that kiss to me.
I'm just checking.
Yeah. Hey, Aisha, good morning to you, Kinsley. We saw you there very early. Theresa. Chris, good morning to you. Sonia, Cynthia. Yes, so good morning to each and every one of you who have joined us this morning thus far for Hard Talk. Remember to like and share the video. Yes, like it, share it. So that's the process. Like it, share it. Like it, share it. Hey, so Devon, several activities. I know Class 23 of the Royal Grenada Police Force, they had a nice activity over the weekend. Also, you had police awards ceremony. That would have taken place on Saturday night. Yeah, let me say a special congratulations, because that's the only one I know. I mean, Michael, morning, Michael. I believe Michael win an award. I'm not too sure what award you win, Michael, but good morning to you. Yeah, and I think he's down at immigration, down at the airport. Okay. Michael, I think he got an award, yeah. And then Policewoman of the Year, Sordia Taylor. Yeah, Officer Taylor. Yeah, you know, those of you within the you understand? Yeah, some of you may know Officer Taylor and her family and so on. So a special congratulations to you and all the officers who were awarded for the exemplary performance in the year 2017. We'd like to say a special Hard Talk congratulations to each and every one of you. And then the other police officers, those that have been working hard whole weekend, everywhere I turn. Yeah, and you've been seeing them new vehicles out, but
Yeah, especially in St. Andrews.
yeah, why? No, you see all over, seen them vehicles and them out, man. Them men and them, they're working. They're working, yeah? So officers, men and women of the Royal Grenada Police Force,
Good morning to all of you.
special good morning to all of you. And also to all of you in the Customs Department, all of you in immigrations,
All of you in prisons.
yeah, the prison
Good
service,
morning to you.
yeah, the fire service.
Yes.
And of course,
Coast
our
Guard.
friends in Coast Guard.
Yeah.
If we don't go there, we will end up in problems. So we have to make sure, separate the thing and say special to them.
Also-
Special Services Unit, we doesn't shout out Special Services Unit. Yeah, the guys down in the camp. Good
Guys
morning
in the
to
camp.
all of you.
Rapid Response Unit.
Yeah.
Also the SB guys.
Yeah.
Good morning to all of you. Hey, and not forgetting the Rural Constables.
Well,
Right?
hey.
Good morning, to
Mr.
all
Mr.
of you.
Joseph, you won Coast Guard Officer of the Year. Well, congratulations to you, bro. Yeah, man. Yes, so good morning to you. And we hope,
Mr. Joseph?
yes, man.
Hey, boss.
Yeah, yeah,
good
Ken,
morning
Ken,
to
Ken,
you.
Ken.
Yes. Good
Yeah,
morning.
man. Yeah,
Oh,
Coast Guard
well,
Officer of the Year. Well done, sir. Well done.
Well deserved.
Yeah, man.
Hard working gentlemen.
Yeah. We know all the officers work extremely hard, eh?
yeah. Officer
All the
Pierre, good
officers work
morning.
extremely hard. Yeah. So all the officers. Then also on Saturday night, we had the first ever National Cultural Award ceremony. Yeah, the first national. And so congratulations to all of the winners. I can't remember all of the categories. I know that we had, for instance, Edson Ajamo would have won. Sylvester from Sylvester's Photo Studio. Yeah, he
Oh,
won in the
yes,
photography category. We had, this gentleman in, trying to remember his name. He's an artist in painting and so on.
Not the Lamont.
Mr. De Lamont. He would have won in art, visual art, and so on. So quite a few. I don't have the list of all of the winners with me today,
Shoma.
but I know Shoma will give us a call. Shoma!
Good morning.
Shoma, wherever you is, yeah, call and give us the.
Call
No,
us.
we don't want the bio. We don't want the bio. Just give us the list.
Give
really,
us
just
the
the list.
thing, yes.
The list will do. Yeah. Hey, Terry. Good morning to you. See that you joined us. Yeah, Vanessa. Good morning to you as well. And Brendoy. Hey, and you know what? Let's say a very, very special good morning to you, Ellen. Yeah, I hope you're having a wonderful morning this morning. Yeah, I hope that you are having an extremely wonderful morning this morning. Let's see who else is there. What Vanessa saying there? What Vanessa saying there this morning, boy? I ain't seen it. No. I having a problem seeing there this morning. But let me try something on for fit and see if that one go work. And we're saying a very special happy birthday to none other than you, Devon.
Only getting better, only getting sweeter.
You got me there. How
I
was?
know so much wiser.
Yeah, it's Devon's day today.
Your day,
1 year younger. He's
Yeah.
refining. He's refining. Yeah.
your day. Like fine wine maturing, so pure, sure and sparkling. It's so reassuring to know someone so loving. This is your day,
Yeah, you had to taste your day. You know? Yeah.
your day,
Brandoy.
your day. This is your day. Happy birthday to you.
Yes, and a very special happy birthday to you, Devon, coming out from the Honorable Emlyn Pear
Happy birthday,
and Merrill. Hey, Stevie. Good morning. Tennille, good morning to you.
Jaja bless you.
Dwellon, good morning. Kendon, morning.
Happy birthday, happy birthday. You have a nice day.
Yes, indeed.
Happy
It's Devon. We had to give him a thing, you know. Yeah. Watch him. He stand up. He's sit down there right now, close to 4 lovely ladies there.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah.
beautiful.
The St. Andrew 4.
And
Yeah. You all see the sign? Yeah.
Quartet.
Women's power.
Women's
yeah.
power.
Women's power.
And they keep moving. Look at the smile on these ladies. man.
What's them face now?
I mean,
What's some
look-
nice lady?
Look at the charming.
Yeah,
You know,
some
it's-
nice lady.
You know, it's a good morning to enjoy my birth morning looking at these beautiful faces.
I find you sit down close to Delma too much.
Yeah.
Move
Well,
on the
I
other
mean,
side.
No.
That-
Well,
that-
you see
in
that
fact-
this end or that end. Good morning to all of you who extended birthday greetings to me.
And still
Thank you.
extending, boy. Woo, they're coming in fast and furious, boy.
Thank
Wee,
you
papa.
very
Eh,
much. Much appreciated.
You see, I will make sure my birthday on a weekend. I'll change it now. Use one. I have two birthday. I'll use one of them, not just now. Yes, indeed. So on the weekend as well, we told you it would be massive.
Oh, huge.
We told you it would be big. Yeah, and the promise was kept. So the different teams coming in, the different motorcades and so on. Hey, and listen, campaign didn't start yet. That was just the endorsement. That was just the people come out and say, this is the person we endorse as our candidate on behalf of the new National Party and our soon-to-be returned, in 3 instances, Member of Parliament, and our soon-to-be first-time Member of Parliament in 1 instance.
Yep.
So when you saw those motorcades passing by, and you saw all those people who came there and waited on the motorcades, yeah, you realize now the level of support. That's why some people got a dose of shut up this morning. Yeah, all of a sudden they can't say nothing. They get a serious dose of shut up.
Like
Yeah?
they are mums in the mouth.
I like to talk about all kind of thing about NNP. Why did you talk about Carlton Junction
They
yesterday?
can't talk about Carlton Junction.
Yeah?
That is it.
They go up in Monhorn,
Yeah,
have
that-
meeting.
That is it.
All you do have a good 20 people. If all you had 50, all you have a lot. And from what I hear, it's not even a good 20. Yeah? Go up in Mountain. What are you doing in Mountain? What are you doing up there? What are you go up there for? What are you doing up there? All you know that is where Delma live in. Where you go there and do? Eh? You know what they go and do? They go and get sued.
Yeah, they go and get sued.
They go and get sued.
My brother, I mean, we friends and so, but you gotta be careful what you say.
Well, if they feel that they're gonna go through, they go and they sign code of conduct, and one after the other, the activists and the candidates just gain sued.
That's not good. That's
Look
not
at
good,
that.
guys.
They were the ones that signed the code of conduct. Yeah? The so-called code of conduct. They signed it, right? And their people are the ones that get in trouble for things that they say.
I can't understand that.
So where's the use they sign the code of conduct? Then they go on the internet with several NDC pages, and I wouldn't call out the name of them, but notice the NDC pages. They're easy to make out. The NDC pages always have everything good to say about the NDC and everything negative to say about the NNP. Yeah? They have nothing good to say about the new National Party, and they attempt to give the outside world an image of Grenada that is not real. Yeah? So all kind of fake stories, all kind of fake news, all kind of stupidness putting out there. Yes, Hannah, they get a serious dose of shut up.
Yeah.
They can't talk this morning.
A serious one too.
Yeah, like the tongue have a gravestone on it. They can't say nothing. Tongue dead. Yeah?
It's
St. Andrew's 4 gave them a dose of shut up.
St. Andrew's 4. And the women, I told you, Sheldon, that when these 4 women come out, they are bringing along the men with them.
Yeah, but you see, when you look at the St. Andrew 4, 3 of them was teachers.
Yes.
3 of them were and still continue. You never stop being a teacher. You're always a teacher. Once you're a teacher, always a teacher. So you have 3 of them that had careers as teachers before,
Yep.
and one who is the matriarch of the 4. So she's a mother.
Oh, she's
Yeah?
a mother.
So they had to dispense some discipline.
Yes.
And they did that. They started the process yesterday. The only thing I'm asking of them is that kind of what them fellas and them deposit, you know.
Yeah, and you
I
see-
just want Philip and them get licks and lawsuit. I want them also. I want their deposit. We want their deposit. That's what we want. Not just the victory. We have to prove a point that nasty politics will not be allowed to survive in our beautiful country. We have to send a clear message, because these 4 ladies have been under constant nasty attacks.
Yep.
We look in Carriacou. We see the nasty, disgusting, and vile attacks leveled against the female candidate there. And ladies, those of you in the NDC, my sisters there in the NDC, you ought not to tolerate such behavior. You should not tolerate attacks on women for being women. You should not tolerate attacks on people's children, as have been constant, on people's family. You all are mothers, you all are sisters, you all are grandmothers, and you ought not to tolerate that sort of thing taking place from your party. Some of you go there and you stand in front of the stage and you're hearing certain statements being made and you're cheering as women. Yeah? Look at who had to tell you about that. Man, I had to come and tell you about that. That is wrong.
Exactly. Because
That it ought not to happen.
you see, because there are some men who, most men, right?
If you could call them men, really.
Well, no, but your point, most men, they are decent. They respect women. But there are those who make it their duty to disrespect women, to malign them, to drag them. I ask myself a question. Those men who continue to do that, do they have a mother or do they have sisters and daughters? No, I'm wondering why. How can you bring yourself so low, right, to make attacks on mothers who decide to sacrifice their time, their energy in service to this country? Not just to themselves and their families, but to the nation. Come on, guys. We need to respect our women, especially our mothers. We do all have mothers.
But not only that, I mean, to level attacks on people's children.
Yeah, that's
When you have, and I won't even delve into calling the names of the individuals in NDC, but you have executive members of the NDC that are involved directly in this sort of negative, nasty campaigning. And then they try to cloak themselves, because we told you before, and we'll continue to say, the National Democratic Congress is a coward organization. All of them are a bunch of cowards. Yeah? It's a coward organization. Love you, the membership, love you. Your leadership are cowards. They don't come out and lead you. And they say things about people from behind fences.
Yep.
Yeah? So when they wanted to start marching, they didn't want to come out as NDC and march. They say if we come out and march as NDC and nobody come out to the march, they will say nobody support NDC. Well, nobody support NDC anyhow, but they say nobody wouldn't come out and support the march, and then we won't look bad. So what they do, they put Dum Dum and they tell him, you go and call a march on something and we go join in.
And they feel.
Yeah. So Dum Dum and them call a march and thing. They get a one or two aimless people to walk behind them and that kind of thing. I mean, it's nothing compared to what the New National Party had when we were in opposition. When we was marching, Yeah? But they go and they do that kind of thing. Because as a political organization, they are too coward to do it as NDC. Yeah? If they have something to say about me, you know what they do? They create fake Facebook profiles. So every time you're looking, is another fake Facebook profile. Is another fake Facebook profile. Yeah? And they're creating these fake Facebook profiles and then trying to say all sorts of nasty and negative things about people and saying they can't sue us. They can't sue us because, look, it's fake. You understand? So they're creating these fake profiles. They don't have the wherewithal. Anytime an NDCite comes to you and says something about Sheldon Scott, tell them Sheldon Scott says. Come to him and repeat word for word what they have said to you to his face. And let's see how the courts play out with that. If they can't do that, tell them move. If they come to you and they want to tell you something about Devon Romain, tell them, unless they can say it word for word in the presence of Devon Romain, come out your place. Leave. If a political organization is coming to your home, Delma ain't going to no homes in Mount Horn or in Lakabeke or wherever within the constituency to bad talk Mr. Philip. That is if he exists as far as she's concerned. She goes there to hear the concerns of the people. Yeah?
Yep.
To find out what are the concerns of the people and work with them as in how to address it. So she ain't going there to talk about no Philip Alexander. That's a non-entity as far as she's concerned. The main thing in the constituency are the constituents. And you see that with Delma Thomas. Yeah?
And you have heard the testimony of some of the persons coming out from her constituency.
Exactly.
Right? What has been done in the last 4.5 years going on 5 years. I mean, it is remarkable when you hear the testimonies of the persons in St. Andrews of what was done so far, I mean, in the last 4 years and what is continuing. I mean, it's amazing, from agriculture to social, I mean, development, and so youth development, you name it. St. Andrews is definitely getting their share and is earmarked for much more.
Well, let's look. We're going down the line. The Honorable Emlyn Pear.
Yes.
You think she has time to go and walk around the constituency and go and stand up by somebody's house and say, well, Mr. Simmons this and Mr. Simmons that and Mr. Simmons the other? Mr. Simmons has some very nasty people around him that go around and say some very nasty things about her.
Exactly.
But she doesn't have anybody going around and saying anything about Mr. Simmons. She goes to find out what are the needs and concerns of her constituents and how she can assist them.
See, and she has too much work within the constituency to do. She ain't got time to stand up and gossip about somebody that
Political non-entities.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Political non-entities.
Too much persons need attention within her constituency, and that is what, I mean, she's paying attention to. All right, and I admire for it. I mean, and you listened last night, her son coming out and testified, I mean, to the nation as to look.
Testimony.
Yes.
Say it again, brother. Testimony.
The kind of woman that his mother is, she's not no ordinary woman. She's a super human, I mean, in his regard. Because, I mean, he even went so far as to say that, look, you may not have known him, but he was in the parliament even before he was born. Right?
Brother,
that's the kind of courage,
I'm going to tell you something.
I mean, of the women we have.
Poor little TJ used to be on camp with us, you know, when we go in on camp, whether it's Carriacou or wherever. Poor little TJ used to be there as a baby, still in Pampers. He used to go out and camp with us when we're going on camp as Spice Youth Promotion and so, you know. So he's not telling untruth. I even have photos to prove it.
Yes.
He used to be everywhere with us. Yeah?
Yes.
And when you look at Miss Yolande Bain Hosford,
that's the whole book.
Mrs. Hosford has no time to go out there sitting to speak about Mr. Sylvester Caller. She don't have time for that. Her thing is to see improvements in the lives of the people of St. Andrew Southwest. That is her one aim, to see improvements in the lives of all the people. She don't care which political party you support. She doesn't care. But improvements in the lives of all the people of St. Andrew Southwest. No political person should be coming to you to come and tell you about Yolande this and Yolande that, or Emlyn this and Delma that. Skeeter, meeting on the blocks, interacting with the elderly, going from one end of the constituency to the other. You think she even maybe say name Terry? I had to say it for her. Because she would not go to speak about Terry.
You would have to explain to her who is Terry.
Yeah,
because she pay no mind to who is there, but
yeah,
to the people. I mean, he's part of the constituency, and she will service his needs.
She will also help him.
Of course.
She will also help him, because believe me, a lot of them going to need some helping after that election. Them 4 male candidates in St. Andrew Day for the NDC, they go need some helping after the election, because
some serious helping.
Some helping, yeah, because they might be welting from the election, so they could be needing some helping. Yeah, they might be welting and needing some helping. All right. Yes. Good morning to you, Avron and Iodel. Yeah, Yvonne. Good morning to you, Wilma. Yeah, I find it very strange. Yeah, that Depot. Morning.
Hey, Depot, morning.
Kada.
Thanks, boss.
Morning. And Willow, good morning to you. Lucy, morning. Brian, morning. Shaka, good morning to you. William, good morning. Tough morning.
Thank you, boss.
Man. Woman power. And you see, when you look at the new National Party team, and then you contrast that on the NDC team. Now look, let's look at St. Andrew. And yesterday was a testimony of the quality of individuals that the new National Party has put forward as candidates. 4 women of class, 4 women who have track records of achievement, and 4 caring persons who are going to represent properly the people of St. Andrew. Whether you're in Tivoli, Ahoma, La Poterie, whether you are in Lakabeke or Mount Horn, yeah, whether you're in Subizo, Marquis, or Mamakan, whether you're in the town of Grenville, wherever it is, Birch Grove, Union, wherever you are within the constituency, these 4 ladies will ensure that the constituents are well taken care of.
Well taken care of. I mean, make
Yeah.
no mistake of that.
And also on the national level, because they do serve as well on the national level. And they're going to ensure that on the national level, the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique are well taken care of.
Oh, yes.
Now, let's just have a quick one here. It's now 41 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock on the Spice Isle. If you've got to be somewhere for 11 and you're more than 20 minutes out, you're late. Yeah,
Definitely.
you're late. So start making your excuse now, or start putting a little pep in your step. Don't drive fast. Put a little pep in your step. Nice. Let's just look at this. We've been having issues with child abuse, and you have 3 mothers.
3 mothers.
Yeah, Skeeter ain't reached there yet.
She reached it.
But you have 3 mothers and a young person who has helped form the minds of many young ladies through the convent in St. Andrew. Yeah? So you have these 4 persons to champion the rights of children, youth, and women. Contrast that to 4 men who there right now who have been attacking these people, children. So who can you trust to put things in place to protect our children? The people of St. Andrew. Who can you trust? Who are the ones that you can truly say will take care of our children? The team with Mr. Patrick Simmons, who have people attacking Minister Pierre's children? Or the team around Philip Alexander, who's attacking the family of Delma Thomas? Are those the people that we want to see sitting in our parliament representing us and saying that they are going to protect and defend our children? Are they the ones? You really have to think these things through and understand how important it is, number 1, to get registered. You hear Devon say it every single program. If I forget it, he never forgets it. He says it every single program, birthday boy says it. Yeah? Make sure that you get registered. That's the first part. The second part is after you've made sure that you get registered, that you get organized. Because the day might be sooner, it might be later, but he come in.
I find only pushing the man.
It might be sooner, it might be later, but the bottom line is he come in.
The people at St. Andrews, all you had to push a little bit more last night.
You never
Push.
know, the man might have just stayed
You
there and say, watch.
understand?
You see
The
that?
man had to stomach all kind of thing. Push him on a little bit. Lindona, you have to push him on a little bit more.
Yeah, Lindona, you ain't shout enough, man. Lindona, we blaming you, you know. Right now, we could have done the data and all kind of
You
things.
understand? And get this thing wind up and get this whole problem out of the way. Because you know what? Grenadians, it is so important to understand where we go from here. Having come out under a 4.5-year period of NDC between 2008 and 2013, we have seen the result of downward movements, right? We have seen where our economy went. We have seen the demoralization of our workers. And so, thank God, in 2013, right, the people of Grenada decided, look, we cannot afford to gamble with the future of our children and of the nation.
We can't spoil a good thing. We cannot afford to spoil a good thing.
Afford that.
Devon, I feel that background changing in a hurry.
No, that background can't change. Sorry, guys. But
Sorry,
hey,
yeah.
But you know what? I right now,
I feel that background changing.
You could call me feminist if you want.
Yeah.
Right? But that background staying there. That's our inspiration.
We ain't feel that background changing in a hurry.
You know, that's our inspiration. When you look at the bright and bold eyes of Yolande Bain Horsford, and I mean the calm person of Skeeter Lewis, the vibrant Emmeline Pierre, and the loving Delma Thomas. I mean, how can you not take a look at that every morning and feel inspired.
They say Lindona was crying last night. Sorry, Lindona.
Linda,
Hey,
not
let
me
me-
I say.
No, somebody say it. And I taking part. Anyway, but I need to say a very special good morning to those of you down at the Prime Minister's office, Lindona and Tamara, the entire crucial. Everybody down there. A special, glorious Grenadian good morning to all of you down at the Prime Minister's office. I hope that you're having a fabulous morning this morning with God's blessings. Yeah.
And to all those in the ministerial complex who are listening to us, taking a chance and listen to us via Facebook.
Somebody else having a birthday tomorrow, eh? Somebody else's birthday tomorrow. A lady who does listen to this program every single day.
What, boy?
Yeah. So somebody birthday tomorrow. I'll go hold it until tomorrow and then we go drop it.
Hold it.
We go drop. In fact, I might say it before the end of the program. Yeah. We'll say that before the end of the program.
Hey, and before I forget, good morning to all the wonderful people who I met last night. And especially two persons. Martin, good morning to you, boss. And nice meeting you after
Martin and Miss B.
after all these years. Thanks, bro. I mean, he bring back some memories to me. And hey, to a wonderful lady in the parish of St. Anne, in the constituency of St. Andrews Southeast. Yeah, Papa Jerry, good morning to you and your mom.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Wow.
Wow.
Not only Papa Jerry, I see Papa Jerry, saw your daughters and your niece and everybody out last night, Jerry. Wow.
and to all others who have not mentioned by name, thank you and good morning. Thanks for giving me the encouragement and letting me know that, hey, I'm in the house of progress, you know, and comfort and stability. And that is where Grenada is going. A stable country is always a prosperous country.
And when you saw the youth speakers last night, when you saw little TJ
my
come up, when you
God.
saw Delma's son come up
Yes.
and you saw the other young people.
The young lady from Southwest.
Yeah, and then the one from South, that's Kathy Ann, and then you saw Honey Grant there from Southeast. And you realize that the new National Party have a lineup of youth leaders there.
And leaders for St. Andrews. Woo.
So don't worry, we have it like level 1, level 2, level 3,
and then you had the wonderful music of the gospel band from St. Andrews, Northwest.
And youth again.
Youth again, total youth.
Youth again. So believe me, the new National Party has it lined up, man.
We're in
Has
good
it
hands.
You want to take a 2 calls, Devon?
Yeah, let's take the crew.
Yeah,
call.
it's up to Devon if he decides you want to
let's
take a
take
2
a call.
calls. So we're going to take a 2 calls.
Pilot, good morning, boss.
Yeah, but Pilot.
Good morning to you, my friend.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, this is Michelle Man here.
Yes, well, we hear the horn, boy. Oh, gosh, Michelle, man. We well hear that horn last night, boy. What? Cheese and bread.
I blow shell.
Yeah.
You're low.
Hey, no, go right side. You hear me low because you're using the headphones.
No, I take off the headphone.
Oh. Well, I'm not sure why, but go right ahead. But go.
Last night, boy. But I see people, so I thought was a bit, I thought he did call already. I thought he did call already, and people guessing up in it. But anyway, I just called just to say good morning to my sister all in Canada. That's Sonia Raymond Nelson. I just want to say good morning to her and let she have a God bless day today. I don't have much credit to this, so I just wanted to say hello to her.
Okay, my brother.
Yeah. So
Okay, Michelle, man.
I just want to just say we are waiting after Santa Claus come and gone. We know things will start. So I can't stay long. Bye.
All right. Boss.
Yes, Michelle, man. Bye-bye.
Sheldon. Sheldon, we getting some blows. Good morning to you, Kindra Maturin Stewart. And how you doing this morning, my dear?
Kindra, we go fix that.
We go fix that.
We go fix that. Kindra. I know it was coming,
Oh, my God.
I know it was coming. See, I enter the studio and I say, oh, gosh, no. Because 2 posters that, I have Kindra's poster, but we do not have Toby's.
Yeah, we do not have Toby's.
Yeah.
And we have Pamela's. So
here's what we'll do, though.
The women.
For now, we're gonna keep this one up for now. Yes. What we're gonna do, we're gonna have one just with all the female candidates, and then we'll have one with all the candidates.
All the candidates.
Yeah. So we're gonna have one with just the female candidates. Right now we have St. Andrew. So Kendra, don't worry, because I'll tell you something. Karaku Rally was lit, man.
Wendy?
Lit. In fact, we're ready to come up. Kendra, we're ready to come back up.
Yeah.
We're ready to come back up, yeah.
Wendy, good morning. And you are so loved by the people in the mainland.
Man.
I mean, trust me. Girl, you have it going on. Understand? I mean, it's total women power.
Wendy, we love you.
That's
Wendy, we love you.
That's all we can say.
And if
Wendy,
we get
we
a
love you.
chance, we tiffin you from Karaku.
Yes.
That is one time I go tiffin you from Karaku. You're staying down. We ain't letting you go back up.
Ooh,
In fact, the hospital leave already.
Yeah, you leave already.
Nah, she may be gone up, boy.
She may be gone,
Yeah, she
boy.
may go. She out on the water right now.
Yes. You
Ants go bring the
understand?
news, or maybe fish.
Yeah,
Somehow she will get the
but
news.
she
Bird
was-
might bring it.
She was off the charts last
Yeah.
night. I mean, but not just last night, but in Carriacou.
Mhm.
And I mean, the occasion last night in Carlton Junction was fitting. Women
Yeah.
power.
I think she's been an excellent chairperson, and you can tell she's a very intelligent young lady, and we look forward to seeing a lot more of her. Yeah. All right.
but
yeah, that's
Sheldon,
Wendy Edmond.
So tell me,
Mhm.
the night, what caught your eyes the night and had you laughing? Inspiring.
I think
but
that
enjoyable.
address by the elderly lady
Oh my
representing
God.
St. Andrews
say no more.
Southeast.
Say no more. Mama, Granny, what's your name? I
Whatever
don't know.
your name is, mommy,
Take a bow.
I stopped doing everything I was doing and stand up and listen to you.
Take a bow.
And what, Granny drop it like it hot?
Yes, she
The
dropped-
only thing
she
she
really
didn't do when
dropped
she
it.
finished is give her mic drop.
Yes. and done them right there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
the only
she-
thing Granny didn't do is give them a
she-
mic drop.
She was really good.
We
Good
have a
morning.
caller.
Good morning.
Yeah,
Good morning.
yeah.
Behave yourself, girl. you come, Ollie.
Hey, how
You
you
book your space.
Why not?
But you're good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, wonderful. That means you reach home safe and everything.
Yeah, man, we reach home safely.
All right, beautiful.
Oh, mean,
Yes,
and you,
very well. I reach home okay. I passed in Paraclete first, though.
and troublesome Devon, I didn't see.
Oh, well,
You come and look for me.
you didn't want to see me. I was all around.
Devon,
Yes.
what you doing there?
Good morning to you.
What you doing there?
Well, hey, I listening to you, one, and perhaps, you're giving me inspiration to continue. Oh, don't worry. I'll make that up.
I make sure I come and make sure you know. I know I see you though. I make sure I come. So I out it today.
Yeah, well, I know you're outside Devon day, need so I have to deal with him.
Devon, you're getting dealt with.
When I'll come and fix the road in Navi?
I am not sure. I know that quite a lot of road work is taking place right now, as in road repairs.
Yeah, and they're fixing by the REC school. That's good.
I saw in the there was a caller that called about a road in Granans going into Umbrellas. I know that some grading did take place there. I'm sure he's listening this morning. Some grading did take place there. He had mentioned a concern about the road from True Blue roundabout going to SGU. Some work has taken place thus far from the SGU roundabout itself up at SGU, the school, coming out nearly to the, well, it hasn't gotten to the veterinary school yet, but it's coming down. So they're doing some work on that road because it's in a deplorable state. Yeah,
Yep.
so it is being addressed. I have seen the teams out every Sunday, especially every Sunday now. The teams are out doing a bit here and there. Yeah,
Alright.
so it is coming up okay.
But don't forget the school, though.
No, we're not gonna forget.
The windows for the REC school.
Yes, we've taken note of that and we passed on that information, but you're free to call and remind us as much as you want.
Oh, yes.
We're gonna make, because we hope we don't want you to have to call and remind us a lot. We want to get it done.
I hear you. Certain part we all did in the research center for the blind up in St. Paul's. The road, certain part in the road had to fix again.
Okay,
There are holes in them still.
okay.
Yes. So that part for us, we are going to school in
Oh, it giving problems again.
yeah.
Okay.
Like the materials finish on the road, so
Okay,
I'll have to work on it.
I'll pass it on to Minister. All right. So you
I
enjoy
hear
the rest of your day today.
You too.
All right,
my
today.
dear. Take care.
440-7377. That's 440-7377.
And 347-329-3101. That's our
Five.
line.
5 minutes to the hour of 11 o'clock on the Spice Isle of Grenada.
Yes.
Yeah, Carriacou.
We just recovering from
And-
Carlton Junction.
Yeah. For me, I think I need a week in Petit Martinique. I think I need to go up and take a little relaxation in Petit Martinique. Go to the guys, make a look of fish. You understand? Hang out with Mama Jane and Schumann and Maxan and Maxan parents.
Passing by Jack and, talk something. And,
Good, I go down to Carriacou, pass by Jack. Go down in Windward by Winnet and make a little hangout and them.
The Windward 4.
Yeah, go and make a look at hangout to the Windward 4 and that kind of thing. Go down on the beach and eat at, Paradise Beach and eat a little roll rice and roll cuckoo and that kind of thing.
And look at some serious reggae videos and,
Yeah, pass by Beck and them down in Harveyville and make a little hangout or so. Go up in Mount Royal and visit my family.
Carriacou, Petit Martinique have it going on.
Go in Top Hill and visit my family. You understand?
Lauren.
Go up in Carriacou and visit my family. Go up in Six Roads and visit my family. Yeah, go up in Bogles and visit my friends.
I can't talk like you, family in Carriacou.
Now, I now start to call location and I'll have to actually call out the whole map of Carriacou there right now. We have a call on the overseas line.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, both of you.
Morning.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm just calling to find out from you, Sheldon, if you had checked out a thing from Miss Pearlie and Henry of Brooklyn and Concord.
No, I did not get a chance to follow up on that one, and I'll tell you why. Because of the Parliament sitting and so, I was unable to meet with the Member of Parliament. But we do have a meeting that both of us are attending today, and I will raise the issue with him. I have that note down to raise with him. But I didn't. I know a fellow go say I do it and I didn't do it. I did not do it.
I heard you.
Yeah, but I will do so because I believe that the situation is one that warrants immediate action.
Yes,
All right?
sure.
Yeah.
So thank you very much, and you all keep up the good works and have a blessed day.
And thank you so very much. All right.
Bye.
And we have a caller on the local line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
morning.
You're live.
Sheldon and Devon?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Hello?
Yes, you
Morning.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, go right ahead.
Okay. Yes, Sheldon, I want to give us some information for the St. George Northwest Executive. Wednesday coming, we have a meeting at the Happy Secondary School at 6:30 p.m. And that meeting is to endorse Dr. Mitchell as the next candidate for St. George Northwest. Alright, so we're asking the people throughout the Northwest constituency to come out to this meeting at the Happy Secondary School 6:30 p.m. to endorse our next candidate for the upcoming general election. Brother Sheldon, yesterday was a bumper day. I enjoyed that meeting yesterday. And the senior citizen that spoke yesterday, that lady, and the young Honorable Emil son. Alright? And when you look at these people, these candidates, people that cares, they don't only care about the people, or care because they want people to vote for them. Same before they came into politics, they was looking after people. Alright? And when you do care about people before coming to politics, it makes your task easy, and people know definitely you are not coming to argue to vote for you because and say okay for them because you want to vote. Out of politics, they was care about people. In politics, they still care about people. As the on the opposing side, they only tell people to care about them because they want them to vote. And when you vote for them, they just dump you on the other side. But looking at NMP candidates, you see people that always cares about people outside of politics, and in politics they still maintain the care for people. Alright? Brother Shell, I had to see yesterday, I enjoyed yesterday's meeting, and we had to continue asking people to go to register and get to prepare themselves to vote for the next coming election. So definitely, when the election call, you want the same result, 15 love. 15 love. So Brother Sheldon, have a wonderful day, you and Devon. God bless you all.
All right, my boss.
That's
Take
it.
care.
That's quite a lively discussion here on the on the live chat. Some people upset with us that we want to take Wendy out of Carriacou. Hippolyta, them making joke one. What? Hey, Ivy, good morning to you, locked in from Golf Course. We hope you're having a fabulous morning this morning. Yeah, Wilma. Yeah, we taking Wendy and bring her down. We keeping Wendy down. Yeah, ain't getting Wendy in a hurry. Yeah, understand? Big up to Lindonna. All her lips and all was green. Yeah, Ken Don. But that's not new thing with Lindonna. It's not yet there. Rebecca out there in Brooklyn. We hope that you're having a wonderful day. And yeah, you've seen the strength of Grenadian women. I know Sherma is saying she's been trying to call us. Yeah, Sherma, give us a call. Yeah, hopefully we'll be able to get the call. Let's see if that's not Sherma now.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
And it's Sherma.
Good morning.
All the wonderful men on Hard Talk this morning.
Yeah, we're giving hard talk. We're giving hard talk.
Good morning, my dear.
I know. I just want to say thank you for your support for the National Cultural Awards. And at the same time to say that I refer to the women of St. Andrew as the super women of Big Parish.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I got some licks for that. Sheldon?
Yes, ma'am.
I said the winnings up there would be like winning the mega million. And they get vexed with me for that as well. But, you know, these people have to understand we're all entitled to our opinions, eh?
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Not afraid to express mine. But once again, I just want to
Constitutional
thank
right.
you for your support for the National Cultural Awards and to congratulate all the winners. Brief and to the point. I'm listening. Have a great day now.
You're going to send the list to us, huh?
I will.
Yes, indeed. And we'd like to congratulate as well Dr. Hollis Liverpool for that wonderful presentation that he did in relation to culture as part of education at the end of this ceremony. That was well put together and infused with music and poetry and even choral speaking. The man do a choral speech he alone, you know.
He's great. That's why we invited him as a historian, a professor, not only as a calypsonian.
Yes, indeed. Okay, thank you so very much.
Sheldon.
All right, bye-bye.
Later. All right.
Yes, indeed. And it's only going to be bigger and better next year, right? It's only going to be bigger and better next year. Yep, birthday boy, let me take a call.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning.
Good
Morning, sir.
Well, Devon, happy birthday to you.
Thank you, my brother.
How things?
Well, not too bad, you know. I mean, sort of the overhang from last night, you know.
Yeah.
I didn't see you.
I watch you. I watch you in the background. But,
Oh, okay.
Yes, man. We'll go right ahead.
Yeah, two things quickly. I want to, on behalf of the parliamentary representative and the constituency branch of St. Mark's, want to thank all the persons who supported our breakfast on Saturday. It is a great success, and we'll be having, on the 16th, we'll be having what we call a breakfast, but it'll be mainly Tanya log, and we hope to get some pork and do a different breakfast rather than just saltfish and bakes and so on and so on. So on the 16th, we're hoping to do something. Other thing is we want to congratulate Hurricane for winning that game, that final game on it was Saturday night. Saturday night.
yeah, second major title for the season.
Yeah, and what impressed me most, see everybody, what impressed me most was to see the turnout at that football game, you know, and the quality or the standard of the facility, because you know it takes a prime minister of vision to understand that we need to have these facilities so that it will bring out the best in our sports people, you know, sportsmen and women, you know, and every time you see there's an activity there, where we had that track and field game last year, and I think we're having it this year, next year, sorry, and that football game, I think it brings home the point even more, the importance of a athletic stadium, which of course when the NDC came in power, they say what, it was not important, or it was too big for Grenada.
Yeah, too big.
You know,
everything always too big for Grenada for them.
Right. So we understand that next year, I think Wagiti is moving it from December to about May or June. So I guess you'll see more interest and more people turning out to those games. But all in all, I think last night the activity was highly really successful. You know, I have no doubt in my mind that the 4 women in St. Andrews
will be the next parliamentary representative. All including Kate, will be in parliament. You know, because I mean, there's no match. There's no match. When you look at it, there's no match. You know, somebody put it there. It's like Hurricane and St. John Sports. You know, Hurricane by far has more experience. You know, more focus and better players.
I ain't taking part in that one. Me or them stone when I passing up the West
You are
Coast.
Victoria man.
You can take a stone in for yourself when you're going up to go off. I'm not taking no stone for you, brother.
St. John Sports. It could be
I'm not taking no stone for you.
It means that it just says that how far.
I had to pass on the land, son, brother.
And then we're going up in Guam on the 10, so you know.
I had to pass on the land, son.
Yeah, you keep on that I could see.
That's an age-old rivalry.
But the point is, I mean, if you see the difference, the match, you can match them. You know, those women are professional women, experienced women in their own field, and I have something to offer. Grenada. When I heard the Honorable Dermot Thomas spoke of Philip Alexander and what he said, I had to shake my head because they are the ones that go up front and take out pictures signing code of conduct. You know, and it just goes to show that code of conduct really is a mockery.
And you see, the thing is, they know that the things that they are saying are not true. It's not like somebody gave them some false information and they make a mistake and they believe it. They are willfully attempting to mislead the Grenadian people. They know that ministers not getting no extra $10,000 a month. They know it's not true. But they're going out there saying it because they think that it's going to have some sort of political windfall to it. That somebody going to hear it and say, oh, the amount of money them brute and them get in and start to get on. That's why they're doing it.
Yeah, but if you don't have a message, then you expect that, you know. NDC doesn't have a message. They don't have I mean, I met, within the last two days, I've met NDC supporters who come to me and tell me, look, the man is a waste of time, I voting for NNP. I met one yesterday. He said to me, what, I feel so well under this government. I don't sure I want to go back and put NDC there. He said, he feels so well, he's doing better. I'm with a taxi man the other day, sitting in me quiet, reflection mood and the carnage, just chilling out. A taxi man bought me out. I hear him every day on the radio. He call me, say, watch, boy, I don't want the men to win. I see the men already. And just make sure Nazim do winning seat as well. Even give me a card. He say, hold me card. Call me, we go talk. You know? So as you go around, I met Joel Greenidge outside
he's still around?
Football, yeah, football.
Oh, well, okay, okay. I didn't realize he's still around. Sorry.
I was talking to an NDC guy. I know he's an NDC from years, and Joel came up. And the guy said to me, he said, you know, I support NDC, but NNP go win. When Joel heard that Joel trying to convince him why NNP go lose and NDC go win, I say, what do you do NDC? Passing it out. You know? So the fact of the matter is, the fact of the matter is, the choice is clear. People are aware as to what is happening. People know what is happening, and they're prepared to stick with the NNP and forget the NDC. Because between me and you, the NDC is a complete waste of time. And we just have to keep focused, reminding people to register. We don't just want a win. We want a big win. You understand?
We want the deposit. We want the deposit, not just in the normal locations. We want the deposit.
And coming back to Phil Balton, I met that man in St. Mark the other day. The one that running. I don't even remember his name. People, the one that running for St. Mark.
I don't even know his name.
I don't even know his name. What name?
I don't know. I can't tell you. Off the top, somebody messaged me a while ago asking me his name, and I can't even tell them.
Some Jerome, somebody. I don't know.
So, yeah. Anyway, he meet me in a shop.
Just the man that going on Gelix.
Yeah. The man meet me in a shop, and he come up, Britain, I know about you. I hear about you. I said, if you hear about me, I hear about you too. When I give him, I tell him what I hear about him, the man get vexed, he jump in the car, and he go, you know. Well, but that is what they're going around. You understand? So it feel like embarrassment in the shop. I say, not me that saying, it's your family that saying, look what they are saying about you, you know? And so they have they're going around creating these things on people. I'm not a candidate. I ain't running. You know, why persons feel they want to attack me, you know? But That is what we have to be prepared for. Even you, Sheldon, coming out to the well, you had it already. Even Devon coming out close to the election, you hear what the leader of the NDC say? What we go?
You can strip him naked in public.
Strip him naked in public.
So we know that the thing is that Grenadians know that they are going to come with that. They know, and no one is going to believe them. They know that they're going to come with all sorts of look. All of a sudden, they're circulating this thing on Facebook now with some text message they're saying between Dr. Mitchell and the next person, and the persons were messaging back and forth and this sort of thing. Yeah? Therefore, we interact with Dr. Mitchell. We know by the time you watch that, you know that's not the way he speaks.
Yeah.
And that is not him. Yeah, you know that. And even if it were him, it would mean, therefore, that an illegal act would have taken place.
Yeah.
In that the personal messages of the Prime Minister, if it were real, it's not real, and let's just make sure that we verify here, because then they're going to say, that there's a chance it's real. It is not real. But if it were to be real, it would have meant that a crime has taken place.
That's right.
That they have accessed the personal information of more than one individual. Even if it's one, but they would have accessed that. Yeah, and you have people out there within the NDC camp that are sharing this thing as though it's true. Sharing it all over the place. That's why they keep getting lawsuits, you know. The amount of lawsuit they get, a cupboard go full. Suit upon suit, cupboard must full.
They ain't done yet, eh? They ain't done yet.
They took a picture of the Ryerson interview for the Silver Sands, and you saw they put on Facebook that
they blocked me from most of their pages.
But the point about it is that it shows that there's opportunities now for where persons could be gainfully employed. Sometimes one person have a work, and you know, and you don't understand unemployment and underemployment. Sometimes you're underemployed, but you see an opportunity now where you could lift yourself and you can apply. It doesn't mean to say that you're home. A lot of the people who down there stated that some of them want betterment. You know, they're employed, but if they could get a better job to move themselves and the family forward, why not? So it doesn't have to necessarily be that everybody's unemployed. We know that there's some unemployment issues.
Yeah, but no one is saying no that there's not unemployment issues. There are.
Yeah. So that's the game they play, and we know who's working for them. So guys, have yourself a good day.
All right,
let us keep working.
Okay.
I want to plead to the people out there: register.
Yep.
Get registered. We don't just want a win; we want a big win.
Yep.
We're going for a big win.
All right, my brother.
And then after the election, we have some political funerals to perform.
Yeah, we have a few. Well,
yeah.
According to Glenn Noel, some funerals in the pipeline. In the pipeline.
All right, brother.
All right.
Yeah, at this point in time, somebody requested this, so I had to do it.
Facebook say the yellow parties out there begging for vote and money from the poor and the greedy, like they have bad memory. Let's go. But this Grenadian politics, full of kicks. Some politicians full of tricks. I spoil the country, all man want to fix. It's right there on the village block. With all the old politics stuff, we become so wise and intelligent. We are now great political students. We are political scientists. We do political analysis, so don't bother come trick us with this. No more economic crisis. But right now I'm baffled. Seems like Grenada in a ruffle. Yellow people want another chance. They're begging for one more dance. So let's give them another blind.
No, you want Grenadians cry.
Let's give them another blind.
You're mad, you want Grenadians die.
Why this politics thing? In 2008, we all knew when the wind of change blew. So no need to remind you. Some say the victory took them by surprise. So we were worried about them guys. At night we couldn't even close our eyes. Then they began to govern. All kind of things had to go on. My brethren say there was no real leader of the country. All man had authority. Now they're asking for another blind.
No, you want Grenadians cry.
Let's give them another blind. Despite all the transparency and accountability, we had a stagnant economy. Straight home they sent all e-monies, and very late they paid salaries. Mixed feelings we were getting, so we sat there watching and waiting, but nothing was coming. Like the blind was leading the blind. Remember Glenn, everything was in the pipeline, while Uncle pretend everything was fine. Now they're asking for another blind.
No, the one brigade has cried.
Let's give them another blind.
You're mad, the one brigade has died.
Things start getting worse, and we waited patiently for the pipe to bust. But them people didn't study us. The government started mashing up, while the big boys in town were playing and dancing top. Pax, pax, pax. Church first idiots. Glennis, Joe, and Hood, they weren't in the yellow mood. They were sent home packing, but Naz and others were smiling. Now they're asking for another blind.
No, the one brigade has cried.
Let's give them one more blind.
You're mad, the one brigade has died.
They say Peter was the traitor, but by then we couldn't bother. We just wanted back Jonah. Man start getting desperate for the next election date. We couldn't wait. We had to decide our fate before it got too late. Then Uncle Tilly called the date, but now they're asking for another blind.
No, the one brigade has cried.
Let's give them one more blind.
You're mad, the one brigade has died.
It was the hour of rescue, so plenty of us waited patiently in the queue. We took bus, plane and boat just to go and vote. Saving Grenada was our sole agenda. So 15-0 would not have said it better. But they're asking for another blind.
No, the one brigade has cried.
Are we giving them another blind?
You're mad, the one brigade has died.
Just one more blind.
No, the one brigade has cried.
Just one more blind.
You're mad, the one brigade has died.
Just one more blind.
You're mad.
Cause if they don't get this blind, Yellow Party will die.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Yeah, Hannah says she want to die, so.
No, but that's a testimony of most Grenadians.
Testimony.
They are not prepared to go through these sort of, political, disgracefulness again.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Because, after electing a group of persons who you thought were competent enough, right, to lead this country, and then a couple of years after you realize, there was so much deceit and within that organization that eventually just fell apart in my part,
And look at this. At this stage, during the NDC time in office, one, they could not open parliament.
The parliament was closed.
They were facing an open rebellion, so they could not open parliament.
So they had a parliamentary curfew.
Yep. So they could not open the parliament. Had they even opened the parliament, the prime minister would have been sacked.
Oh, he was gone.
And it didn't take much for them to actually write a letter and go to the Governor General and do it,
No.
But
They had the support.
it was thought the better way to go would be to go through the parliament of the country. That's what the parliament is for. But then, who was in charge? Who was the leader of government business again? I think it was a fella named
some V
Burke.
V Burke something.
Yeah, was the leader of government business.
Some V Burke Nazim or Nazim something.
Yeah, some kind of guy like that.
Yeah.
They want to be going and beat.
They want to be going to beat again.
Again. They want to be going and beat again.
Taking deposit too, that's not impossible.
Boy, I would love that. That would be I would be so happy, not just to shellac him, but to shellac him properly.
Yeah.
So we have that. And when you're looking In fact, let's take this call. We'll come back to that one. Let me leave that one for now. We'll
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Yeah, you didn't want to answer me, did you? Because you know what you've done.
What have I done?
You wait when you come back to Karaoke again.
Oh.
You wait when I see you.
Is that a good thing I ain't there
Bellevue
now?
is calling.
Bellevue?
South.
Oh, goodness.
So how come you call everybody? Everybody.
After you let Bonfield eat the cuckoo, me and you too much of a friend again.
Bonfield,
I ain't forgetting Bonfield and that one. That one hot, man.
Oh, you take the wrong person. You take the wrong
Oh, no. Sorry. No. This Bellevue. Yes, right.
It's not your cootie cuckoo.
This Bellevue, yes.
It's the other Bellevue, so the cootie cuckoo.
Yeah.
But what I
And let
have
Bonfield eat
to
it.
tell you, I hear you call bogus, you call everywhere this morning. I sat there eating my breakfast and I could hear you calling everybody, and I'm looking for my turn Bellevue South, and I ain't get it. But I'm telling you, when
They
you
fix
see
the
Bellevue
road, the
South
noise maybe
road
unblock you.
open, don't you dare pass wrong here, because I'm going to set for you. Okay? Me and my husband and the rest of people around Bellevue are going to set for you. What I'm saying to you? Okay. Yes, I really enjoyed last night.
Yes, it was wonderful.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yep.
But we have to carry on going, right? It's so excited that I thought you wasn't going to answer me. Because it was very excited last night.
Okay, yeah.
Okay? And I hope you leave our girls in karaoke here. Don't bother to take them good pedigree. So don't take them to Grenada.
We want Wendy.
Bringing down Wendy.
Wendy.
You dare take them to Grenada.
In fact, when the
Because
boat
I'm
reach
gonna
up,
fetch them back.
just send it back down.
The immigration will be there to send her back. It's deportation.
Yeah, deportation back to
Eddie
Grenada.
Road, nice talking to you all.
All right.
But I had somebody come around here, and the person was telling me that you don't need education to do work like that.
Oh, you don't?
No. So
okay.
I'm just putting that on you. I'm not putting down nobody, but you do not need education to do what you are doing.
What about a track record of achievement?
I'm not going to go down there because I'm not going to get into trouble.
Okay. Let me leave it alone.
I walk already.
Let me leave it alone. You hear? All right, my dear.
Sweetheart.
All right.
Love you all.
Blessings.
Right.
I will love you too.
Everybody.
All right.
Wake up everybody. Hello.
All right.
Okay?
We'll do that.
All right. Take care.
Tolerance, everybody.
All right.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And leave our girls alone. Right.
Wendy.
God
Wendy.
bless.
All right.
But don't you dare put your foot in Bellevue South when the road done.
Oh, my goodness. I ain't going to put my foot. I go drive through.
Okay? Right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bellevue, good
They say
morning.
years ago, when a man did something wrong and he's coming home, what he did was he opened the door and he threw his hat inside. So he threw his hat through the door. And if the wife take the hat and she pelted back outside, he no, don't come inside here.
Somebody else there.
But no. That didn't mean somebody else. That mean the wife vex. She don't want you inside. So he ain't putting himself physically inside. The man and them, they used to throw the hat inside the door. So they open the door and they throw the hat inside. If the hat get pelted back outside, it means she vex. Don't come inside. But if the hat stay inside, after a while you realize the hat there, you could come inside the house. You're safe. And then too, all you could have your talk. Right? So right now, when I come in Bellevue South, I had to throw my hat through the door. And I hope it don't get pelted back. I had to throw my hat through the door. 440-7377, that's the number for you to call and get on to the inside. Julian, good morning to you. Yeah, Cleveroy. Hey, and Squatty, good morning to you. Kendon is saying, you remember in the 2003 election, Papa Jerry, used to support the other side. Then in 2008, and Miss Pierre is following Miss Pierre. And the thing is this, and I need to say this because I saw a lot of it last night. So yesterday evening into last night, I saw a lot of it. And it's important that I say this. Welcome to all of you who were members of the National Democratic Congress and have found your true home in the house of the new National Party. And don't come alone. There are friends who they want to come, you know. Their foot itching them, they're shaking. They kind of drifting over the line and drift back and drifting over the line and drift back. They ain't sure if they'll be welcome. Tell them, Even if they continue to support the National Democratic Congress, we love them. We care about them. We are all Grenadians. In a few weeks, we'll be celebrating our independence. And our independence is only about separation from Britain as being the ones to guide and direct our destiny. But it's about the unification of each and every Grenadian.
Yep.
And as such, we can't call ourselves patriotic Grenadians if we do not aspire to build, advance as one people.
Most importantly.
Yeah?
As
Patriotism is all about us coming together as one to move our country forward. So whether you're a supporter of the National Democratic Congress, whether you're a supporter of the new National Party, we are all Grenadians. And we love you. I may have my issues with the executive of the NDC, but the rank and file T-shirt wearing supporting member of the NDC, I have no problem with them.
Nope.
Not a problem. You made a conscious decision of which political organization you want to support. You're not stupid because you're doing it, and no one should call you stupid. You're not stupid because of which political party you support. That's your constitutional right to support whichever organization, or if you decide you're supporting none, to support none. That's your right. I would like you to support the same one as me. I would like you to feel the warmth in the house, the love in the house. That's why I would like you to be a part of the new National Party. So those of you that are wondering if you can become part of the new National Party, believe me, the house is open. Come home.
And you know, I have to say something on that, Sheldon, because I've been in that same, in a position where, okay, I've joined the NNP. I was a member of NDC, right? Executive member that. And, I mean, it was not, let's say, as smooth as I wanted to be. But I can safely say, though, right, that my time within the NNP organization, I've been welcomed by most persons. Most persons welcome, and I've been treated like as if I was there in that house from since I started my political, you know, involvements and so on. And I really appreciate that. I must say to most of the members, if not all members of the NNP, thanks. Thanks for opening your arms and so and you know, getting me involved.
Testimony.
You know, in something that, in my view, would benefit this country. And I make no bones about, and I have no regrets about it. And I'm encouraging other persons who have not yet joined the NNP, come in, be a part, see for yourself. Don't stay on the sideline and say, oh, this and that. No, get involved. Help build Grenada. That is what it's all about.
Yes, indeed. And testimony.
Testimony.
We are an open organization. We will not call you needy and greedy.
Nope.
We will not call you names because you, as a Grenadian with your own mind, have decided which organization you want to support. Whether you've not even been to primary school or whether you've been to university, whatever your level of education, whatever village or community you come from, whatever family you come from, whatever background you come from, whichever school you attended, we are saying that the new National Party is an open organization. The house is open. Come home.
And you're welcome. And you know, especially, there are so many, especially most of our senior citizens, elder persons. I mean, they have the experience of being in the NNP for all these years, you know, and they have shown love. I mean, to all of you, right? You know who you're talking about, from as far as Sotez, Carriacou to the south, you know, and the Granans, wherever you are. And so thank you for accepting me, for accepting others to be part of that organization, because you know we are persons who can help, right? You know that your organization, the NNP, is an organization that is inclusive, right? And it's going from strength to strength with Grenada in its focus. Nothing else about personality, but Grenada as a state. And we keep moving.
You have other political organizations that are cursing people, yeah, because of what political party they support, or in some cases, what they perceive them to support. Because I know persons out there, I know many people who do not support the New National Party, but they also don't support the National Democratic Congress. And when they are approached by members of the Congress and they are told, look, I ain't supporting you all, these people who approach them automatically think that these individuals are supporting the NNP.
Yeah, and that is so wrong.
The vast majority of Grenadians, and there's free political advice here, the vast majority of Grenadians do not support fully any political organization.
Nope.
Each party has their base, and you have outside of their base, then you have the majority of Grenadians, who this election may decide that they're supporting the New National Party. An election somewhere down the line, they may decide they're supporting another political, it would not NDC. They may decide they're supporting another political organization. But these are in the majority. And these are the people that are being called needy and greedy by the NDC. It's not a case of not supporting the NDC alone. Yeah? Because as far as they are concerned, once you're not supporting the NDC, you're the worst person on the face of the earth.
Yeah, that's it.
They come to you in the most uncouth manner.
Yeah, you dunce.
Yeah? You're dunce. You're needy
you
and
traitor.
greedy.
Right?
You heard Claudette.
Yeah.
And she was agreeing with that statement.
A lawyer that.
Yeah. So all the people in Carlton Junction yesterday, that's what Claudette Joseph thinks of you, that you're needy and greedy. That's what these individuals think of you.
And then, these same persons will come in front of your door and pitifully come and articulate for your support. After they're out on the campaign trail, calling the said people needy and greedy, and they're not educated, they're fools, they're donkey, and all sort of things. That's your fellow Grenadian you speaking about. That could be your family you speaking about. You understand? Why do that? Because someone has a different political view to yours? Come on, man. We got to do better than that.
We're saying to you, I've said to you earlier, if they come and they want to say something about me, tell them. If they want to talk to you about something else, they could talk to you about that. When it comes to people and personality, and not just me, but anybody, and that must be something you approach. If somebody can't say something about somebody in their presence, tell them you don't want to hear.
You don't want to hear.
You don't want to hear. Can you say it in that person's presence? Can you identify yourself to that person and say what you're saying to me right now? If the answer is no, ask them politely to leave. I ain't say take no. Some people will say, they used to make what do you call it again? When you mix the bucket thing and then when you open that, it stink up the place. Remember that? Remember them old chemical bomb they used to have back in the days there?
Egg, when you put in the old set egg in thing and you let it go around all since time.
Yeah, them kind of thing there. Right, I forget that. It's chun chun or something that a name for it, man. Yeah, but those thing and them, right? Don't throw one of that on them. Don't open one of that on them. All we're saying is we can all have different views in relation to things. Of course,
and that's healthy.
Yeah?
That's make a better Grenada.
And
know?
it's how you speak about things. For instance, listen to Claudette. Let's hear Claudette and how she's referring to supporters of the New National Party.
And handouts not only relate to poor and vulnerable, but people of all walks of life. A friend of mine likes to say we have two kinds of people who tend to follow the other side, the needy and the greedy. So, and to some extent, that is correct.
Oh my God.
Yeah. The needy and the greedy. And that's not in Grenada, She actually went to New York.
And say that.
Where it's not only Grenadians that might be hearing that. These are, you might have Americans that are close by, people from other islands. And this is what they're hearing about people in Grenada being said by a person who is offering themselves a public office in Grenada. Claudette Joseph, Claudette, sue me and say that I'm lying on you. Because you said that in the town hall meeting in New York on the 22nd of the 10th, 2017.
And you know what's interesting? Her last comments. And to a certain extent, that is true.
Yeah.
My God, how can a woman, and listen what I'm saying, a woman of your caliber stoop so low, Miss Claudette, you understand, to call your fellow Grenadian, well, I'm wondering if you are Grenadian, to call fellow Grenadians needy and greedy.
Let's hear what she has to say about the former members of the National Democratic Congress who are now within the camp of the new National Party. As far as I'm concerned, they are Grenadians who have come home. They're not former members of the NDC in the NNP. They are Grenadians who have come home.
Yes.
Yeah?
And
so
was welcome home.
Let's hear how she refers to them.
Must confess that some of it was partly their doing, because there were some very naughty brats inside the NDC who could not wait their turn for power.
Yeah, calling people brats and that sort of thing.
Oh,
that's why.
My God.
That's
disgusting.
why Mr. Peter David will teach you a very serious political lesson in the town of St. George.
And take that smoke off your face.
That lesson that you will get come election day, you will never forget for the rest of your days.
But look at the audacity of a woman who have just wet her foot into politics.
She's not green.
And I mean, no, I mean, well,
none of them so ain't beaten Peter. None of them so ain't beaten Peter.
Shame on you.
Let me hear you with it, Devon. None of them so ain't beaten Peter.
No, well, I not to say it so. I just had to tell her, like, look, ma'am, you don't make any sense, and you could never beat Peter.
Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Have a feeling.
Aye.
Morning, Kabe. Yes, my love.
Good morning, Sheldon and Devon. Special good morning to you all guys.
Yes, my dear.
I just listening. You calling people brother?
The woman who
I was listening to you.
Claudette.
The phone, what happened? I could have called a little earlier on, but what happened now? I was charging the phone.
Okay.
I want to say good morning to Mr. Watson and Patty and Matthew and everybody out there.
Yes.
Good morning.
And Patty has sent a good morning to you since early. It's just me that forget to say it.
She's calling people brat. Where's that brat? Well, she had to do better than that.
She had to come better than that.
Yesterday was a very nice evening. I enjoyed. To them powerful women up there in Grenville.
Yeah, man. Grenville.
Morning to Miss Yolande and Miss Thomas and Miss Ente. And the old lady was spoke very well. Yeah. And she gives Grenadians a good warning. So they have to take it in consideration. But Sheldon, what I want to talk about this morning, I want to ask some of the members of the NNP. Members, when you see people as me, don't harass me. Yesterday I asked Mr. Donald for a chair to sit down. And he gave me a chair to sit because of my leg.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a woman by the name of Beverly from Grenville that gave me a very hard time. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And the only reason why I didn't knock her out, Sheldon, was some respectable people.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't knock out. And I want them to leave me alone whenever they see me. In any meeting, I'm a Grenadian. And she tells me to come out, I come out. And she drinks she rum, and she keep harassing me and tormenting me. So I want to hear, tell the others, whenever you see me anyway, don't harass me. Because I'm going to defend myself. I am going to defend myself. And they have to stop harassing people. Okay? So I hope she get the message.
All right.
And I know they're listening. So I want to ask them whenever they see me, don't harass me. Because it won't go wrong tonight.
All right. Okay,
so you have a blessed day. And everybody have a blessed day. And the tongue look nice. People doing their little shopping. Things picking up for the Christmas. Have a good evening.
Yep.
Bye.
All right, darling. Hey, Cammy. Oh,
she's gone. And yesterday, man, I was passing through, as she said that, yesterday, I was passing through town. And town, in fact, my son was in the car with me. And he said, Daddy, today's Saturday. I said, no, today's Sunday. And you know, today's Sunday. He said, no, what all these people doing in town? Because town was awash, tourists that were visiting and so. And every 2 minutes I had to answer another question. As in, how do come these people coming now? And all of that. So I had to be answering a set of questions and so. But it was a good day yesterday for, I know, the tourist vendors and so on. 440-7377. Something I was looking at, Devon. And I heard Prime Minister, you mentioned earlier the job fair that was held by Silver Sands. And, oh, by the way, folks, those of you heading into the south of the island, there is some patching work taking place in the area of the Silver Sands. So do expect some very short delays if you're passing through that area. There is some road work as in the patching work for the craters, I know pothole, them craters in that particular area. So do expect some delays if you're passing in the area of Silver Sands heading into or coming out of the south of the island. All right? Nice. Yeah. Hey, Clever is saying very, very unfortunate utterances by Claudette. My brother, when they stand in front of the mic and they start to speak, what's inside is what's going to come outside.
Oh, yeah.
And that is her concept of people, A, who were in the NDC that are no longer in the NDC, and B, of people who support the new National Party. Yeah? So if you combine the two, she actually believed that the people who were in the NDC were needy and greedy brats. That's what she's calling them. That's what she's calling individuals, yeah? That's why she will be taught a lesson, a serious political lesson in the town of St. George. But I was about to speak a bit about jobs, because the NDC has been saying party or jobs, party or jobs, party or jobs. And when you ask them to specify where these jobs are going to come from and how you're going to create these jobs and so, don't worry, just look at the policy document. But the policy document doesn't outline how you're going to create any jobs in the productive sector and that sort of thing. Yes, you speak about agriculture because they have a massa mindset. And I say a massa mindset in that in their mind, they only see your children as good hewers of wood and what do you call it again? Drawers of water and hewers of wood? Yeah. They only see your children in that context. So you hear them speaking about agriculture, 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 not understanding, as the new National Party understands, that the job market is a constantly developing and metamorphing entity. For instance, let's even go further than that. 30 years ago, a person was working with Grentel. It would have been Grentel back then, right? About 30, yeah. With Grentel, there would have been people who were hired and working in Grentel as switchboard operators. That's when you make the call to connect you to the next phone. There were people that were working to connect you to call overseas. So you would call, somebody would answer, and you would ask to be connected to this number, and they would put you through to that number. So you had a middle person. Technology have erased those category of jobs. They no longer exist. Nope. There were guys whose jobs were to maintain the payphones, to go around where they were payphones, and to collect the money, to service the payphones, to sanitize them, and to make sure that these phones were working properly. That category of worker no longer exists.
Cut off. Redundant.
Yeah? There are other category of workers in various places, even within the public service. There are category of workers that you may see when you look through the budget document. They are there on paper. But that particular platform, that particular job itself has become redundant because technology has replaced that. Yeah? Years upon years ago, and there's actually a movie out on that one. NASA, when they had to do the various calculations in order to send out the space shuttle, they used human computers. In other words, there were people that would sit there and calculate these things, work it out. And they did not calculate and that kind of thing, you know. They would sit with on a long board and with paper and sit and work out the mathematical equations of how much force it takes for a rocket to leave the Earth's atmosphere with the gravitational pull and be able to go into outer space, the amount of temperature that such an item would be able to sustain for an extended period of time. They would do all these calculations, and they would do it manually. That category of worker no longer exists. They have supercomputers doing that. Even in manufacturing, there were people that did certain jobs that, because manufacturing has become more and more mechanized, and when people keep saying, oh, we need to get into manufacturing, we need to get into manufacturing, yes, we need to produce more for us to use here, but we also have to understand that while it will create jobs, it will not create the level of jobs that it may have created in 1980 or even in 1990. or 1970. It's going to create less jobs. Jobs, yes, nonetheless, but less jobs because mechanization and technology have taken over various categories of workers. The UK government has noticed this. So what the UK government has been doing is that they have been doing retraining of persons to be the ones that, the ones that are going to be creating that technology that is replacing workers. So they will be the persons, they will be the forefront. When you're talking about creating a new robot to do something, that people would go to the UK to get that. That they'll be the persons building those robots, and that they will be the persons designing and fixing and programming these items. So they know that in 5 to 10 years from now, as technology progresses, more and more category of workers will begin to disappear. You know, a category of persons that I believe in the future you may stop seeing? Photographers.
Yeah, everybody's their own photographer.
Everybody
take their own selfie.
And the technology is getting better and better with your mobile device, and it's going to get to the point that you no longer need photographers. People are just going to be able to take their photos on their own, or you're going to walk somewhere and you're going to press a button and a little drone is going to fly up and do all your photography, and it's going to send it to your computer at home and print it immediately for you, high quality, if you want it printed, because most people want it on their devices. So it's going to eliminate, in a number of years, photographers. We'll be speaking of photographers and videographers in the past tense for different events, because people will be able to do it on their own. There'll be programs to design it and put it in whichever way you want to do it, and so. So understanding these things, that is why one of the focuses of the New National Party is on getting that technological base for our Grenadian students. Getting that technological base. And after you get that technological base, then we can end up being the #1 country in the region. Yeah? Especially in relation to ICT. Our Prime Minister already has responsibility for that in the CARICOM cabinet. But we can become the test piece, the main country that people look towards when it comes to technology. There was a science and technology meeting here about 2 years ago. And it was found that the Caribbean region releases the least amount of patents. In other words, to create something, to have a new invention, and you need a patent to protect it, like a copyright on it, that the Caribbean were doing the least amount of that, and also the Caribbean were doing the least amount of academic papers in relation to science and so on. And it's important that people understand, when you're speaking of jobs, you're not just speaking about open a plantation and send poor people, children, to go and fork land and plant. Yeah? Because you're making it seem like if that's all that Grenadian youth are good for. They always speak about agriculture, you know. But understand the context in which they speak about agriculture. I have no problem with a person with a university degree deciding that they're going to become a farmer. I think it will be a wonderful something. But they are seeing that for your children. That's all they see your children as good for. Yeah, hewers of wood, tillers of soil, drawers of water. That's what they see your children as. They don't see your children in the context of being the #1 country in the region, if not the hemisphere, when it comes to the creation of information communication technology, robotics, when it comes to doing computer graphics. Some of the movies that are being done right now, they actually do a bit of their graphic work in Trinidad. Yeah, because you know sometimes the backgrounds that they have are totally made up, and some of that is being done in Trinidad. There's nothing stopping Grenada. We have computers here, we have intelligent young people here. There's nothing stopping Grenada from entering that market as well. And remember, you're speaking of $1 million industry, if not $1 billion industry in years to come. So these things are areas that you will look into, as well as areas of where you want to go. But every time they speak of employment, jobs and more jobs, and when you ask them, well, agriculture dead, we have to build back agriculture. because that's all they can. They're very myopic. They're very one-sided. They can't see past that thing, because some people have said, look at agriculture, and in their mind, that's all there is to create.
But that's deliberate too, Sheldon. When they stay on the whole question of agriculture and the health system, that is deliberate that these guys they are doing, because they understand, right, that technology has surpassed a lot of things, have made us do things different, right? Now, because we are a small country, we are having a hard time trying to meet up to some of the the technology, for example, in agriculture, like most of the bigger countries. But we're getting there. One of the things this government has been doing, and they keep saying about, not much money into the budget for agriculture. But the government has been shifting agriculture from just one sector of persons to a broader sector of the population. For example, the young people, right? Never before you have found so many young people getting involved in agriculture, right, as a business, and so more than in this period. I've never seen that, right? And they still complain and say that not much is being done in agriculture. More training for young people through MAREP and all these organizations to ensure that our young people have the know-how and the financial backup to get into agriculture and be successful. No, not just going to the land and cutlass and planting fig and bulgur and nutmegs and cabbage and so. No, the know-how and the sustenance for the future. We don't want to end up like what they brought our parents through, have them toil in the land and slave in the land and end up with nothing. No, we are building a new agricultural process where our young people who will be driving the economy, they are the ones to take the lead.
But not only that, if you're speaking ICT and farming, it's not working harder, it's working smarter.
Exactly.
So that Grenada can also become one of the countries that focus on the technology that is used in farming. Instead of a farmer here having to sit and wait for a new type of tractor or a new type of tiller or a new technique to come out of the United States or to come out from China or to come out from Australia or wherever, that we develop our own and export it. If you design the new type of tiller, an effective type of tiller is designed here in Grenada, and then that is patented, there's a patent on it. When that goes out there and you have companies bid for it, that's millions of dollars to the people who have designed it. Every time they make one, some of the payments have to come back here to Grenada. We have a caller online. Let's go to that phone line.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Yes, Devon and Sheldon.
Morning,
my brother.
I haven't been calling for a very long time because I've been very busy.
Yes, Leslie.
Right.
How is Florida?
Well, right now I'm not in Florida. Well, as you know, I travel and work, so I'm out of Florida right now.
Oh, okay, great.
Right, but last night I enjoyed that rally. Well, I know it's a rally that was there, not no meeting. What I see is a rally. People don't see different things. I see a rally. Anyhow, I want to know when the emergency department of the hospital is going to open, because I'm watching this video and I feel certain person go cut their foot and they might end up in the emergency thing.
Lord.
With this video I was watching this. So,
the plan in the bush.
People have to be careful.
Yeah.
I'm very concerned about that.
Oh.
I'm very much concerned about that. But I think on a serious note, the young lady says she did not give her consent. That video should stop be played. The ad should stop. And I also think she should also put a stern warning to the television stations, and you understand, that her image not be shown. Because I see that they trying, the NDC is saying that they have consent from her, and they have it in a video, just as we're still waiting for the video for Doc with the tape. You understand?
They have a tendency to have videos for years.
Right. But I think honestly they should think that she should deal with that. But I'm happy to see that those St. Andrews has woman power, more woman power, woman beating man nowadays. You know, we have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow,
no abuse, no abuse.
But it's good. Before I run quickly, I heard I was watching over the weekend, I think the Friday show, and you were talking about supporting local produce, which is a good topic. But the thing is, things too expensive in Grenada. So even though you would see, for example, guava jam from the La Grenade has one price, and one coming from Trinidad or Brazil is way cheaper, and I think that's something should be addressed. But anyhow, guys, have a good day. Have a good week too.
No problem.
All right, my friend. Take care.
All right, bye.
Also, you see, if you're looking at it from another perspective as well, the more that we buy our local produce, we can cause the price to go down, because then they can produce more, which would reduce the unit cost of production. If we refuse to buy, we're not helping the manufacturers here as it is. Hence the reason why they tend to have to try to make back their money on one. Yeah? In other words, if they're producing more, the unit price generally is lower if you're producing more. Yeah?
Cheaper
it's always, each one is actually cheaper if you're doing more. The unit cost of one. So where the unit cost to produce one might be $2 if you're doing 100. If you're doing 1,000, the unit cost may break down to, let's say, 50 cents, 25 cents.
But Sheldon,
yeah?
Most importantly, the most serious problem in all of that, when it comes to manufacturing, is the cost of electricity in our country.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't run for that. We can't run from it.
I hear Senator Burke and Dum and them trying their very best to defend Grenlec and WRB and that sort of thing. And I mean, it's unconscionable.
Disgraceful.
That any Grenadian who say they are patriotic could go and try to defend that nonsense that was signed to in 1994. It's unconscionable that any Grenadian, anybody that considers themselves to be a patriotic Grenadian, would try to defend that. Imagine, part of what was signed in 1994 said the following, that if Grenlec wanted a portion of your property in order to go into alternative energy like wind or water generation and that sort of thing, that the government of Grenada had to take that property and give it to Grenlec. Not sell it, not lease it, give it to Grenlec. Meanwhile, the person whose property was taken, if it's you or someone else, has to be compensated by the Grenadian taxpayer who also pay in Grenlec. Does that sound fair to you?
Disgusting.
That was part of what these individuals sat down and thought was a good deal for Grenada. That your tax dollars would have had to pay a person for seizing their property. But the property didn't have to be sold or leased. It had to be given over to Grenlec. And you telling me that was a good deal? That is something that Senator Burke going to stand up and defend?
And again, too, they are continue saying that, look, this government, the NNP government and the Prime Minister has a grudge and a personal thing again. But you know what? If he as a Grenadian, if he has a grudge and a personal thing, he damn right. Because it's unjust to sit down as the Prime Minister and see what Grenlec is doing to your people and do nothing about it. That is why he's taking a stand.
Our economy is based on energy, and especially if you're speaking ICT and so on, you're going to be speaking a lot of electricity.
Of course.
Servers pull a lot of electricity. So you're going to be speaking about lots and lots of electricity that will be needed at a reasonable cost. Other than that, you're done before you start.
We can't continue with that. And that is why, and I endorse, and I will always endorse, when the government decides to make a decision to go after companies as Grenlec who are not doing just to the populace of this country. It is unjust to see the poor Grenadians sit down and continuously paying high prices for electricity and nothing is done about it. Mr. Prime Minister, you have my backing, and I'm sure you have a majority of Grenadians backing.
I backing my shirt and all.
Man, I backing every. Well, you know what? Senator Buck said you go strip me naked. For this one, I strip it myself. You understand? Because I know it has to be done. I mean, we have to get this thing under control if we want to, as you said, if we want to develop manufacturing and other skills, ICT, we need to get the cost of the power that generates these sectors much cheaper. We will create much more employment. And stop going around talking about the Grenadian people will suffer and think when you go after Grenlec. And man, what Grenlec is doing for Grenada, they have to do it. They are taking money from Grenada, so they have to return money to Grenada. They have to service Grenada. So don't try to make excuses for them, right, to what they're doing. And so these are things that they have to do. It's their obligation. And so to do it. And so stop defending a company that cares nothing, in my view.
They're defending the indefensible, but they have their reasons why they are.
Well, yeah, they have their reasons why, and so because you know, a lot of people, you know, and I always say, that, I mean, think they
usually that
they have something in common, them and a particular program.
Yeah. Anyhow,
but that's another story.
All the time we have for Hard Talk today. It's been wonderful being here with you. The birthday boy has to go and find his cake, etc., etc., etc. I don't know, maybe that cake.
In nobody sponsoring me a cake or nothing. I mean,
yeah, well, you need a cake.
It's all good. The Lord has blessed me with a beautiful day this morning, and so I give thanks and praise, and to all those persons who wish me happy birthday and continue to, and I say thank you, and so hey. May the Lord be with all of you.
I just see one statement before I leave. Anderson says, Mr. PM, the most fearful thing in Grenada is when the mailman brings the light bill. Please help us.
Trust me. or when you see the Grenlec van stop in front of your yard, you're wondering, boy,
start to scratch your head
God,
there on time.
How I get into, and these guys and them, I mean, they come to do a job and so, but...
Nice, we boys, man. We boys. I mean, they're doing a job, they're doing a job.
Yeah. And they're not rough about it.
They have their children to see after and so on. You know. I mean,
and it's nothing that they could do at that point in time.
The Grenadians like us, if they could avoid doing it, they go avoid doing it. Take what we're telling you.
But you know what? Call the thing, Doc. Call the thing.
Yeah. Wait, now let me get, man.
Call the thing.
Call the thing, Doc.
I find they pushing the Doc. They pushing the Doc.
Yeah, call the thing, Doc. Let me get him a piece of it before we go, man.
Call the thing, Doc. Call the debt. Repeat it after me. Call the debt.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
That's all the time we have for Hard Talk. Today's been wonderful being here with you. So, in everything you say and do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
That's it for today. And you know we go end it? Yeah, we go end it because people just loving this one.
Loving it. They love it.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
These past 5 years, ordinary people with extraordinary dreams for themselves and their families have continued to inspire me. In these close-knit communities along the shores of St. Andrews Southeast, people with their faith in their unshakable God have given me renewed hope that this partnership we have forged is worth building on. We have had successes together, but we are far from finished. A whole new generation is coming up, hoping for even more opportunities. We can't let them down. With God by our side, together we will achieve even more. So let's keep moving.
I remember those days, not so long ago, that all I wanted was an opportunity. My family was poor, and there were times I didn't even have a pencil to go to school. The people of Paraclete, Moncton, and surrounding areas gave me that opportunity. These ordinary people raised me. It is this history that inspires my politics. Now, it's my turn to give the next generation even greater opportunities than I had. If I can make just one weak person strong, I will be doing God's will. What we did in the 5 years is just a little bit of what we can do in the future. My duty is to steer the course and to keep moving.
It is an opportunity where I can be able to make a difference in the lives of many persons in the constituency and also Grenada as a whole. I am prepared to give of service to the people. My whole life has been one of service. So this is another opportunity where I can go out there to help improve the lives of people, the standard of living and the quality of life.
Skeeter is a young person and she has been given a wonderful opportunity to help shape lives in our country. She has been doing that within her school for the past 17 years.
I know her doing teaching and making great improvement in that school. Awards, trophies, you know, skits was behind this.
I am Yolande Bain Horsford, and right behind me here is my alma mater, St. Joseph Convent, the institution that I've attended for 5 years. Further back behind me is the Roman Catholic Church that I also attend. And on my left is the convent court that I played all the netball and the tennis throughout my 5 years at this institution. I am very proud of the partnerships I have formed with the people of St. Andrews Southwest these past 5 years. But I'm even more excited about the things we can still do together. We have begun solving the housing challenges and tackling youth unemployment. We have not only been building roads and houses, but more importantly, building communities and building lives. Many people have been given fresh opportunities, and even more shall be lifted up in the coming period. I am ready to take a fresh start and to continue battling for ordinary people who deserve another chance. So let's keep moving.
Moses, and I have offered myself to be the next parliamentary representative for my people of St. Patrick's East. I see this as the next step in my life journey of service to people and my determination to give back to my community, a community that has always lifted me up. I am particularly passionate about issues affecting youth, and as your MP, will be championing policies and programs that will further empower our young people, as well as our adult male and females all across Grenada, but particularly in St. Patrick's East. I am pleased to have joined a team that has delivered for Grenada. But there is more work to be done, and so we shall keep moving.
Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am honored to have answered the call for service. The people of Carriacou and Petite Martinique are dear to my heart. I have grown up in a time of expanded opportunities, showcased by the fact that I have had the fortune to study and become a professional. There are many young people who seek the opportunity that I have had, and I want to be a part of that movement that helped open up new doors. It is the aspiration of ordinary people that inspire this new journey of mine. As my generation rises up to service, you can surely count me in. I am Kendra Matthew Stewart, and I am running for you, the people of Karakou and Petit. Keep moving!
I've learned quite a lot of lessons. I've learned the importance of being humbled. Yeah, that is critical. It has also been reinforced the importance of listening, you know, because in order to serve people, you have to know what it is that they want. You have to understand their needs. You have to listen to their needs. You have to question, and you know, you have to care. Fundamentally, you have to care about each and every person that you come into daily contact with.
The best part of the program has been learning songs.
So St. Patrick's East, all of Grenada, support the new National Party. Let the progress continue. Let's keep moving.
Keep moving!
I come from a very humble beginning. I know the importance of hard work and dedication and service to people. And so it is that characteristics that I believe that would be able to propel me in serving the people of Karakou and Petit Martinique. I am from a single parent family. My mother has been my #1 supporter, and she has always been there with me, for me, by my side. My desire to serve the people, of course, of Karakou and Petit Martinique, I believe is the ultimate sacrifice, and the opportunity has presented itself, of course, to assist my people, because I believe that the youth do have a place in politics, in nation building, and in governance. And so it is my youth that I will use to ensure that the youth of this nation are well represented.
5 years ago, we started an incredible journey together. We dreamed and we strove to achieve. We are happy with the success we have had, but not content. The arch of progress is bending in the right direction in St. George Northeast, and many people have benefited. But there are still others that are yet to be lifted by the rising tide. We cannot leave those people behind, and so we continue to fight, and we continue to push on. I am Tobias Clement, and I'm running again to continue what we have started. Our dreams are too big, our ambitions too large for us to stop here. So let's keep moving.
The new national party, the party for Halloween, mixing,
keep going, 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 keep going. Progress, keep going. Success, keep going. NNP, keep going. All are we. Keep going. NNP, keep going. Democracy, keep going. Prosperity, keep going. Stability, free food, free water, more infrastructure, health for agriculture, so we could live better. Business development and foreign investment. So far Grenada come, let the progress go on. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green. Go green, go green, go green, go green, show green, more green, go green.
Tell them say we don't want no change, we don't want the country rearrange. Tell them don't take that backward step, and next thing you regret.
So stay with NNP for more stability, 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 for more stability.
Let the progress continue.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
You do in 30 minutes. You could be on one of our 45 black and white sand beaches, or perched atop a lush mountainside admiring our stunning coastline, or slicing the Caribbean Sea on a traditionally built sloop, or adventuring off the beaten path, or hanging out with our underwater sculptures, or do nothing at all. Whatever you choose, an amazing vacation is only 30 minutes away in Grenada. Visit www.puregrenada.com.
Grenada could have its first emergency medical response unit soon. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. With plans already in the making, Grenada can have its first emergency medical response unit up and running by the first quarter of 2018, as the Ministry of Health continues to explore new initiatives that will improve patient care and overall healthcare delivery. Kevin Frederick reports.
Health and Social Security Minister Honorable Nicholas Steele made the announcement on Thursday morning during his contributions to the 2018 national budget at the country's parliament. Steele told the House that his ministry, Health, is moving in that direction to address the needs and concerns of the citizenry and outlined some of the measures already taken.
Mr. Speaker, procurement of ambulances through the assistance from SGU and Grenlec and the Maria Holder Memorial Trust. The Government of Grenada, through the Ministry of Health, is in the process of procuring 4 new ambulances, Mr. Speaker. 2 have already arrived and 2 should be arriving within the next couple of weeks. These ambulances are expected to be deployed to bolster our emergency response within the communities and our hospital services. It also signals our intention to collaborate with key stakeholders and citizens and to establish sustainable emergency ambulatory care service in Grenada. Planning for this service is ongoing and is expected to be implemented during the first quarter of 2017.
According to the island's health minister, the ambulances would be based at one central dispatch location.
Mr. Speaker, what this means is that there will be a central facility. When someone calls for an ambulance, there's one number nationwide to call for an ambulance. There's one central location where the call is received, and at that location there is an awareness of where every single ambulance is on the island and how to direct an ambulance to a specific person in any area of Grenada, Carriacou, or Petit Martinique, Mr. Speaker.
Health officials say that the unit, when fully operational, will be staffed with professionally trained personnel and professionally managed to improve emergency response time and quicker access to medical services that can save lives. For the National Report, I am Kevil Frederick.
The Grenada government is undertaking a major initiative in the St. Patrick area that is expected to drop the unemployment figures in that parish and, by extension, Grenada. Making his contribution to the 2018 budget on Thursday, MP for St. Patrick West, Anthony Boson, said this is expected to bring real benefits to young people in Grenada.
This government has taken the bold decision to purchase a 3-story furniture factory building owned by the McLeish family and mortgaged to the Grenada Development Bank. And it has been agreed, Mr. Speaker, that this furniture factory that is located in the Montreat-Snellal area will be transformed into a national center for skills training of our young people, Mr. Speaker. A national center. But even more, it will be used as a national center for the production and repair of all furniture required in our schools throughout Grenada, Mr. Speaker. And we know that the demand for school furniture is a $1 million plus business. Therefore, we are looking at a productive enterprise and not one that will be dependent on government subsistence, Mr. Speaker.
A training program will soon begin targeting more than 60 young people, many of whom will be employed in the facility, which could begin operations early next year.
The potential spin-off, Mr. Speaker, is great because we are talking about furniture making for schools, we're talking about logging, we're talking about transportation, we're talking about actual production, we're talking about marketing. So many activities, so many spin-offs, Mr. Speaker, from an activity like that. I anticipate hundreds of jobs, but I do not want to be selfish. The center will not be only for St. Patrick, it will be a national training center. So anyone from any part of Grenada wishing to be trained in the modern art of furniture making will be able to come to that center right in Montreat and be trained, Mr. Speaker.
With all that will be put in place by government, Minister Boson says he can see unemployment falling below the 20% mark. Meanwhile, more employment opportunities are now being created with an expansion of the KMT Solutions Call Center, which operates from the Simoon Industrial Park in St. Andrew. With the expansion, there's a projection that more than 500 individuals will be hired.
As it's a living testament of KM2 Solutions' commitment to continue its growth here in Grenada. In the Prime Minister's recent budget, he indicated there's been a decrease in the unemployment rate. We would like to think that KM2 Solutions would have certainly contributed to that success.
Grenada's expansion adds to the operations of the company in several other Caribbean islands and in South America. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell says with the expansion of the company, this will be reflected in various rural economic opportunities for hundreds of Grenadians. He extended his government's support to ensure the expansion is a success.
The expansion here today is not just about the jobs for the young people, it's also about expansion of economic opportunities in the rural part of our country. Because historically, our country has, most of our employment opportunity has been in the south of the country. What has happened because of this? There's been tremendous movement of people to one part of the country, creating a lot of social problems, whether it's water, housing, infrastructure, general infrastructure. It has been a problem. So the necessity to provide opportunities in other parts of the country, particularly the northern part.
CEO of KM2, David Crace, highlighted what he termed will be a new perfect storm in Grenada.
That perfect storm, and you can see it in the economics of the U.S., unemployment rates are going down significantly. We're probably at about 4.1%. That's considered full employment. We're also getting wage increases. So what do companies in the U.S. do today? They can't find employees to grow. Their costs are going up. They are looking to nearshore for a solution. And we as KM Squared are the largest nearshore provider of BPO services. And where best to put it? In our best center, right here.
KM2 Solutions opened its doors in Grenada in 2010. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Logos Hope, the world's largest floating book fair. Come and meet the volunteer crew from more than 60 different countries. Browse through and purchase from our collection of over 5,000 titles of books. Tour through the Journey of Life display. Enjoy a delicious treat in the International Cafe. Ask about tickets for onboard events. And chat with one of our crew about life on board the Logos Hope. See you there!
The gains made by the NNP administration since returning to office are evident in every sector of the economy, so says Economic Development Minister, the Honorable Oliver Joseph. He was making his contribution to the 2018 budget, which is being held under the theme Safeguarding Our Gains and Continuing Our Progress.
The gains are there. The IMF has published it, the World Bank has commended Grenada, and they have recommended it as a model for small island developing states. What we able to achieve. When we said that we were going to reduce the wage bill, the amount of money spent on wages and salaries to 50%, I recall the members, even of trade union representatives, saying we could never do that without sending home people. So the only how we could get the wage bill down is to send home workers, because countries nearby, neighboring countries were sending home workers to reduce the wage bill. And we said, we will not send home a single worker and we'll get it down to 50%. We got it down to 45% without sending home a single worker. That is the gains we're talking about.
Minister Joseph says Grenada's progress continues to be supported by the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund.
The unemployment figure from 40% to the latest figure of 24%. That is the gains we're talking about, Mr. Speaker, and that is the gain that we need to preserve. These are the gains in 3 year structural adjustment program, 3 years, I remember the opposition party saying the time is too short, the measures is too harsh. This should be a 10-year program, not a 3-year program. We did it in 3 years, we did it in 3 years, and achieved all of the targets that were set.
From all indications, the second annual Grenada Invitational could be even bigger than the first event. Sports Minister, the Honorable Anthony Boson, says some of the big names in athletics are already expressing interest in the games, which will be held in April next year.
Because, Mr. Speaker, some of the top performers, including Justin Gatlin, has already booked and confirmed that he will be in Grenada for the 2018 Invitational. And we know that he edged out Usain Bolt in the World Championship. So he will be here. In addition, Mr. Speaker, for the first time, Cuba will be sending a contingent of athletes to participate in the 2018 Invitational. And therefore, we can look forward to bigger and better things come April 2018, when the second Invitational will be staged.
And that's the National Report. I am Leslie Ann Johnson.
Prime Minister says no one is against the Grenlec. Government's concern is simply for the ordinary man.
And every time I talk about this, it hurts. Because I cannot understand, Mr. Speaker, how any Grenadian who calls himself a patriot could announce support for a company that is beating the hell out of us in this country with the price of electricity.
Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the National Report, I am Rikisha St. Louis. Prime Minister and Minister for Finance, Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, has again taken issue with the price of electricity, which he says is choking people in the country. Speaking passionately on the subject during wrap-up of contributions to the 2018 budget on Thursday, Dr. Mitchell made it clear that his opposition to the price of electricity is not a fight with anyone, but his government's concern for the ordinary man.
I cannot understand, Mr. Speaker, how any Grenadian who calls himself a patriot could announce support for a company that is beating the hell out of us in this country with the price of electricity. And if you move to liberalize it, Gregory is against you. The government against you. We are not against anybody. We are for the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. I always say to people, look, for me, I don't worry about anything. I could pay my bill. It doesn't hurt me. And then you hear this nonsense about how they're helping local. They're giving $2 to, they are helping some school and they're giving the knowledge bowl. That is our money. That's not their money. And some people playing as if they're doing us a favor. They're not doing us any favor.
He says he was shocked to learn that the price of electricity at one institution in Grenada is $10 million annually.
Talking to the powers to be at St. George's University. Tell me that the electricity bill that they pay to Grenlec per year, $10 million. My God, one company, this so-called godfather of Grenadians who love us so much that they're giving us free things, a few $100,000 of our own money. They love us so much, but $10 million coming from one institution for that company. They can survive, pay the workers much bigger salaries, give a lot more and still pack away millions from one company in Grenada. And we don't talk about the rest of the population, the hundreds of more millions there. And then some of us, we have some, I call them wicked Grenadians. For you to stand up and make statement in support of a company like this, beating your people because of a few little things they're giving you.
The House of Representatives has authorized the Minister of Finance to borrow up to 60 million EC dollars for January 18th, 2018 to 17th January 2019 on behalf of the Government of Grenada. The motion was put forward by Finance Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. To efficiently manage its affairs, government seeks to obtain overdrafts from financial institutions in the event that the current revenue cannot meet government responsibilities in any particular month. Dr. Mitchell says while they make provisions for the money in the event it becomes necessary, in recent times they have not had to use the overdraft facility to manage government affairs. He says this shows that they are doing an excellent job in managing the affairs of government.
Usually, Mr. Speaker, the government has been able to use this. But you know what is significant, Mr. Speaker? In recent times, while we have the overdraft facilities, we have hardly used it, Mr. Speaker. So the banks have been complaining that the one thing they're not happy about this government at this time is that the amount of interest they used to earn from the overdraft facilities, because they used to charge us something like 9% for the overdraft. And sometimes, in some cases, the government overdraft reached almost $40 million. Now we're literally almost zero, so they're not getting any interest from us.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Logos Hope, the world's largest floating book fair. Come and meet the volunteer group from more than 60 different countries. Browse through and purchase from our collection of over 5,000 titles of books. Tour through the Journey of Life display. Enjoy a delicious treat in the International Cafe. Ask about tickets for onboard events. And chat with one of our crew about life on board the Logos Hope. See you there!
Prime Minister and Minister for Finance Dr. the Right Honourable Keith Mitchell says it is necessary to clarify the conditions under which government has made its latest offer to trade unions, since the real picture is not presented. Wrapping up contributions to the 2018 budget at the Grenada Trade Center on Friday, Dr. Mitchell said in attempts to reach an amicable solution, the government negotiating team offered an amount, making it clear that some regularizations to be done may not have been possible again.
The last offer was $650 with the regularization. So it must be clear. I thought no one is referring to this. I listened to all radios, all comments made, and I'm hearing that the government just offered $750. So we have more. We don't have more. But we are trying to find some medium of compromise.
The union had previously rejected the additional sum of $650 in one-off payments. In an attempt to reach a settlement and to ensure that there is no breach of the Fiscal Responsibility Act, government had reconsidered its offer by reprioritizing its expenditure, including reducing the sum it had originally allocated for the regularization of temporary workers in the service. It also adjusted its one-off offer upwards to $700 across the board, or $750 for workers in the system who have worked for more than 3 years, and $650 for those who have worked for less than 3 years. In addition to wages and salaries, a sum of over $106 million have already been paid to public officers between the periods 2013 to 2017. It was a bittersweet moment for outgoing parliamentary representative Elvin Nimrod as he shared his deliberations on the 2018 budget. Following his contributions to the budget, Nimrod, MP for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs, spent a few minutes reminiscing on his political stint. He said after 2 decades, he is convinced that being a parliamentarian is his greatest life experience and accomplishment.
As I prepare to exit this honorable chamber, this bastion of democracy, let me say that this had been my greatest experience in my life, and I would always treasure it. Because let's take it for real. There are only 15 persons that can get an opportunity at any one time to sit in this chamber. Only 15. And those of us who were lucky enough to make it here in this chamber, we are to be extremely grateful for those who help us to be here.
He's humbled to be living a legacy that Grenadians and his loving supporters on the Sister Isles will always hold dear.
We have to make sure, in terms of our legacy, that we do the right thing, so that, of course, our legacy will show the time that we spend in this honorable house. How humble I feel how grateful I feel, how thankful I am for, of course, the support given to me by the people of Carriacou and Peter Martinique. They're wonderful people. They're loving people. They're caring people. And Mr. Speaker, I would never, ever forget.
Nimrod bid farewell to his colleague ministers and to the general public, but promised that he will be around to support them.
So fairly well and goodbye, but it's temporarily so. I will back in the chamber, but not on official business, my friends, I'm sure. But again, I shall never forget you, my brothers and sisters.
And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
These past 5 years, ordinary people with extraordinary dreams for themselves and their families have continued to inspire me. In these close-knit communities along the shores of St. Andrews Southeast, people with their faith in their unshakable God have given me renewed hope that this partnership we have forged is worth building on. We have had successes together, but we are far from finished. A whole new generation is coming up, hoping for even more opportunities. We can't let them down. With God by our side, together we will achieve even more. So let's keep moving.
I am Yolande Bain Horsford, and right behind me here is my alma mater, St. Joseph Convent, the institution that I've attended for 5 years. Further back behind me is the Roman Catholic Church that I also attend. And on my left is the convent court that I played all the netball and the tennis throughout my 5 years at this institution. I am very proud of the partnerships I have formed with the people of St. Andrews Southwest these past 5 years. But I'm even more excited about the things we can still do together. We have begun solving the housing challenges and tackling youth unemployment. We have not only been building roads and houses, but more importantly, building communities and building lives. Many people have been given fresh opportunities, and even more shall be lifted up in the coming period. I am ready to take a fresh guard and to continue battling for ordinary people who deserve another chance. So let's keep moving.
I remember those days not so long ago that all I wanted was an opportunity. My family was poor and there were times I didn't even have a pencil to go to school. The people of Paraclete, Moncton and surrounding areas gave me that opportunity. These ordinary people raised me. It is this history that inspires my politics. Now it's my turn to give the next generation even greater opportunities than I had. If I can make just one weak person strong, I will be doing God's will. What we did in the 5 years is just a little bit of what we can do in the future. My duty is to steer the course and to keep moving.